Hello, and this is Dalia again. I'm on chapter 7, and this is part 3. Or is it part 4? Oh man, I can't remember. Part 4. She got off the phone at last, and only then remembered the note she'd found in her purse. She should have asked Bonnie if anyone had gone near her purse while she was in the dining room, but then Bonnie and Meredith had been in the dining room part of the time themselves. Someone might have done it then. The very sight of the violet paper made her taste tin at the back of her mouth. She could hardly speak to look at it. She could hardly bear to look at it. But now that she was all alone, she had to unfold it and read it again, all the time hoping that somehow this time the words might be different, that she might have been mistaken before. But they weren't different. The sharp, clean, block letters stood out against the pale background as if they were 10 feet high. I want to touch him more than any boy I've ever known. And I know he wants it too, but he's holding back on me. Her words from her diary, the one that had been stolen. The next day, Meredith and Bonnie rang her doorbell. "Stephen called me last night," said Meredith. "He said he wanted to make sure you weren't walking to school alone. He's not going to be at school today, so he asked if Bonnie and I could come over and walk with you." "Escort you?" said Bonnie, who was clearly in a good mood. "Chaperone you? I think it's terribly sweet of him to be so protective." "He's probably an Aquarius too," said Meredith. "Come on, Elena, before I kill her to shut her up about a lark." Elena walked in silence, wondering what Stephen was doing that kept him from school. She felt vulnerable and exposed today, as if her skin were on inside out. One of those days when she was ready to cry at the top of a hat, at the drop of a hat. On the office bulletin board was tacked a piece of violet paper. She should have known. She should have known somewhere deep inside. The thief wasn't satisfied with letting her know her private words had been read. He was showing her they could be made public. She ripped the note off the board and crumbled it up. But not before she glimpsed the words. In one glance, they were seared onto her brain. "I feel as if someone has hurt him terribly in the past and he's never gotten over it. But I also think there's something he's afraid of. Some secret he's afraid I'll find out." "Elena, what is that? What's the matter? Elena, come back here." Bonnie and Meredith followed her to the nearest girl's bathroom, where she stood over the wastebasket, shredding the note into microscopic pieces, breathing as if she'd just run a race. They looked at each other and then turned to survey the bathroom stalls. "Okay," said Meredith loudly, "senior privilege you." She rapped on the only closed door. "Come out." Some rustling, then a bewildered freshman emerged. "But I didn't even..." Outside," Bonnie ordered. "And you," she said to the girl washing her hands, "stand out there and make sure nobody comes in." "But why? What are you..." "Move, chick. If anybody comes through that door, we're holding you responsible." When the door was closed again, they rounded on Elena. "Okay, this is a stick-up," said Meredith. "Come on, Elena, give." Okay. We'll continue in just a second.